I was rummaging through Michael's glove compartment, hunting for napkins to wipe Emily's sticky fingers after her dentist appointment. My hand brushed against something smooth, not the rough paper I expected. I pulled it out, a cream-colored envelope, gold trim gleaming in the late October sunlight streaming through the windshield. It screamed money, elegance, the kind of invitation we'd agonized over for our own wedding 8 years ago in Seattle. My heart stuttered. I told myself it was nothing, maybe a colleague's wedding, a distant cousin's vow renewal. I slid the card out, the metallic lettering catching the light. The Brooks and Thompson families joyfully invite you to the wedding of Jennifer Brooks and Michael Thompson. The words hit like a punch, blurring as I read them again, willing them to morph into something else, anything else. My stomach twisted, like I'd missed a step in the dark. Michael, my Michael, planning to marry another woman? Mom, can we get ice cream now? Emily's voice piped up from the back seat, bright and oblivious. I forced a smile, my voice sounding like it belonged to someone else. Just a sec, sweetie, I promised after the dentist, right? My fingers, numb, clutched the envelope tighter. 5 invitations, each addressed to different guests, tucked neatly inside. A spring wedding right when I'd been booking our family trip to Florida. I shoved the card back, folded the envelope with care, as if it could contain the chaos threatening to spill out. 8 years of marriage, our cozy Redmond home, Emily's whole world, it was crumbling on a random Tuesday afternoon. You're the best patient Dr. Harris has ever seen, I said, my voice hollow, echoing Emily's chatter about her clean teeth. The invitation burned against my palm. I started the car, hands shaking so badly I nearly dropped the keys. Emily babbled about her favorite flavors, unaware her mom was unraveling. Michael's double life. How long had he been weaving it? I glanced at her in the rearview mirror, her ponytail bouncing, and swore I'd keep it together. For her. For now. The ice cream shop in Redmond buzzed with after-school chatter, but I barely heard it. Emily dove into her chocolate cone, giggling as a drip landed on her purple dress, the one Michael picked out last month. You look just like your mom, he'd said, ruffling her hair. So pretty in purple. I forced a smile, nodding as she rambled about school, but my mind was elsewhere, stuck on that cream-colored envelope. My vanilla cone melted untouched, dripping onto my wrist. I grabbed a napkin, wiping it away, but the weight in my chest wouldn't budge. 8 years of marriage. A home we'd built together. Emily's laughter. All of it felt like a lie now. My phone buzzed. Michael's name lit up the screen, running late tonight. Client meeting. Don't wait up. I stared at those words, so casual, so familiar. How many late nights had I brushed off? How many client meetings were really with her, with Jennifer? The thought clawed at me, sharp and relentless. Mom, aren't you eating? Emily asked, pointing at the mess in my hand. I blinked, forcing another smile. Just thinking about boring adult stuff, sweetie. Boring like your dad living a double life, like our whole marriage being a story he made up. I couldn't say it. Not to her. Instead, I watched her lick her cone, her joy so pure it hurt. I remembered Michael teaching her to ride a bike in our driveway, his laugh echoing. Was that a lie too? The new cologne he started wearing, the weekend work trips that doubled this year, clues I'd ignored. I sipped my water, the cold doing nothing to calm the fire in my gut. Every memory twisted, tainted by doubt. Had he been planning this with Jennifer all along? My hands itched to confront him, to scream, but Emily's voice pulled me back. Can we get sprinkles next time? She asked, eyes bright. Sure, honey, I said, my voice steady despite the storm inside. I'd keep it together for her, but Michael's text glowed in my mind, a lie I couldn't unsee. I wasn't just his wife anymore. I was a detective, hunting the truth. Back home, Emily ran upstairs to pick a movie, her laughter echoing through our Redmond house. I lingered by the car, hand resting on the cold metal above the glove compartment. Inside were 5 wedding invitations, each one a dagger. I slipped back to the driver's seat, pulling them out again. The metallic lettering mocked me, Jennifer Brooks and Michael Thompson, spring nuptials at a vineyard in Woodinville. Right when I'd been planning our Florida trip for Emily's school break. My chest tightened, breath shallow. I locked the car and carried the envelopes inside, hiding them in my purse. In the quiet kitchen, I opened my laptop, heart pounding like a drum. Our joint bank account loaded slowly, each click a step deeper into betrayal. There they were, charges I hadn't questioned. Dinner for two at Canlis, $200. A weekend at a boutique hotel in Bellingham, $600. A purchase at Nordstrom's jewelry counter, $3,000. Not for me. Never for me. Each line was a new wound, proof of Michael's double life. I scrolled further, finding monthly transfers of $4,000 to an account I didn't recognize. For 9 months. My hands shook, coffee mug forgotten on the counter. A luxury apartment in Bellevue, maybe? A nest for his future with Jennifer? The thought burned, acid in my throat. I imagined confronting him, watching his excuses crumble, but Emily's voice broke through. "Mom, can we watch Moana?" she called, so innocent, so unaware. I closed the laptop, forcing a smile. "Coming, sweetie." I couldn't let her see this, not yet. Not until I knew everything. The invitations felt heavy in my purse, like they'd tear through the leather. Michael's lies had built this house, this life, and I'd been blind. No more. I'd dig until every secret was exposed, for Emily's sake. For mine. Upstairs, I tucked her in, her small hand warm in mine. "Love you, Mom," she whispered. "Love you too," I said, voice steady, but inside, I was planning. Michael thought he could plan a wedding behind my back. He didn't know I was already unraveling his world, piece by lying piece. The Seattle cafe hummed with morning chatter, but my coffee sat cold. Laura, my college best friend, slid into the booth across from me, her eyes narrowing at my tense expression. "Sarah, you look like you haven't slept," she said, voice soft but sharp. I hesitated, the weight of those invitations pressing against my ribs. Finally, I spilled at the glove compartment, Jennifer Brooks, Michael's secret wedding plans. Laura's jaw tightened, her latte forgotten. "That bastard. You confront him yet?" I shook my head, fingers tracing the mug's rim. "Not yet. I need more proof." I found bank transfers, Laura. Thousands every month. Dinners, hotels, jewelry. My voice cracked, but I swallowed the ache. "I'm throwing a party at our house in Redmond. I'll invite everyone, his colleagues, our neighbors, even Jennifer. Let him explain himself in front of them all." Laura leaned back, worry creasing her forehead. "A party? Sarah, that's a bomb, not a plan. What about Emily?" My chest tightened at her name. "Emily can't know, not until I'm sure. She's 8, Laura. She thinks her dad hangs the moon." I pictured her drawing hearts on Father's Day cards, oblivious to his lies. Laura sighed, stirring her coffee. "You're playing with fire. What if Jennifer's not the villain here? What if she doesn't know he's married?" The thought hadn't crossed my mind, and it stung. I wanted Jennifer to be guilty, to share the blame. "I'll find out," I said, voice firmer than I felt. "But Michael doesn't get to walk away clean. Not after this." Laura reached for my hand, her grip warm. "I'm with you, whatever you decide. But think about Emily. She's the one who'll feel this most." I nodded, her words sinking in like stones. The cafe's noise faded, and I saw Emily's smile, her trust in our family. I'd protect that, even if it meant becoming someone I didn't recognize. "I need to do this right," I said, almost to myself. "For her." Laura squeezed my hand. "Then do it smart. Get the truth first." I left the cafe, the party plan burning in my mind, but Laura's warning echoed louder. Truth first. Then justice. The Bellevue apartment complex gleamed under the gray Seattle sky, all glass and steel, the kind of place that screamed wealth. I parked across the street, sunglasses on, heart hammering. I'd traced Michael's secret bank transfers here, a luxury unit, for $1,000 a month. Jennifer's home. I gripped the steering wheel, watching the entrance. A woman stepped out, tall, in a tailored navy coat, moving with the grace of someone who belonged. Jennifer Brooks. Her dark hair caught the breeze, and she checked her phone, oblivious to me snapping a photo from my car. She was striking, confident, everything I wasn't right now. My stomach churned. This was the woman Michael chose over our life, over Emily. The photo felt wrong, like I'd crossed into a stranger's skin, but I saved it. Proof. Another piece of his lies. My phone buzzed Michael's name on the screen. Working late again. Big project. Don't wait. I stared at the words, picturing him heading here, to her. How many nights had he spent in that apartment while I helped Emily with homework? I watched Jennifer slide into a sleek black Audi, driving off toward downtown. My hands shook, the photo burning a hole in my phone. I wanted to delete it, to pretend I hadn't sunk this low, but the invitations in my purse stopped me. 5 cream envelopes, gold trim, each one a betrayal. I thought of Emily's laugh, her trust in her dad. This wasn't just about me. It was about her, our family, the life he was throwing away. A dog walker passed by, and I ducked lower in my seat, pulse racing. What was I doing, spying like some scorned TV character? But then I remembered the jewelry receipt, $3,000, not for me. The hotel charges, the dinners. Michael's cologne lingering when he came home late. I started the car, the engine's hum steadying me. I'd follow this trail wherever it led. Jennifer wasn't a ghost anymore. She was real, and I'd see her face to face soon. Not today, but soon. At the party, where Michael's secrets would unravel. I pulled away, the Bellevue skyline fading in my rearview, but Jennifer's image stayed sharp in my mind, a spark to my growing fire. I sat in a downtown Seattle cafe, nursing a latte, staring at the glass tower housing Jennifer's law firm. My hand fiddled with the silver bracelet Michael gave me last Christmas, a prop for my cover story, a client seeking business advice. The lie felt flimsy, but it got me through the revolving doors and into the elevator. On the 40th floor, my rehearsed script dissolved. Jennifer stood at the reception desk, laughing, radiant in a sharp blazer. A gold necklace glinted at her throat, identical to one Michael bought me 2 years ago. My breath caught, anger flaring. She turned, smile warm. Can I help you? I forced my voice steady. I'm here for legal advice. She led me to her corner office, walls lined with family photos, none of Michael. I sat, studying her. She was polished, kind, not the monster I'd imagined. What's your case? She asked, pen poised. I meant to stick to the script but blurted. How do you handle betrayal? When someone you trust lives a double life. Her smile faltered, a flicker of unease. That's broad. Business betrayal or personal? I leaned forward, voice low. Personal. Like a husband planning a wedding with another woman. Her face froze. I'm sorry, who are you? I pulled out my phone, showing a photo of Emily between Michael and me at her school fair. His wife. That's our daughter, Emily. She's 8. Jennifer's hand trembled, the pen clattering to the desk. He said he was divorced. That you were unstable. Her voice cracked, eyes darting to the necklace. He bought this at Nordstrom, didn't he? Same day he told me he was working late. She paled, clutching the desk. I didn't know. I swear. I saw the truth in her eyes, the same shock I'd felt in the car. She wasn't a villain, she was another fool caught in Michael's lies. I'm throwing a party next month, I said, standing, smoothing my jacket. You should come. Her laugh was brittle. Are you serious? I met her gaze. You deserve to know who he really is. So do I. I left her there, shell-shocked, her perfect world cracking. In the elevator, my phone buzzed. Michael, miss you, home late. I didn't reply. Jennifer's necklace, Emily's smile, the invitations, they fueled me. This wasn't just my fight anymore. It was ours. Laura's sunroom in Kirkland glowed with late afternoon light, party supplies scattered across the table. I sipped wine, plotting the Redmond party that would unravel Michael's lies. The guest list lay between us, Michael's colleagues, our neighbors, and Jennifer Brooks, attorney. Laura scanned it, her brow furrowing. Sarah, you're sure about inviting Jennifer? Her voice held that cautious tone, like I was teetering on a cliff. I traced my glass's rim, the wine's bite steadying me. She's engaged to my husband. She needs to be there. Laura set the list down, like it might bite. You said she didn't know he was married. What if she's a victim too? Her words stung, cracking the anger I'd clung to. I pictured Jennifer's pale face in her office, the necklace glinting like a shared wound. Maybe, I admitted, voice tight. But Michael's the liar. He doesn't get to hide. Laura poured more wine, her eyes searching mine. This party, it's not just about him. It's about Emily. What happens when she sees her dad exposed? Emily. Her name was a knife, twisting in my chest. I saw her drawing unicorns, trusting Michael's bedtime stories. She won't be there, I said, firmer than I felt. I'll send her to my brother's that night. Laura nodded, but her worry lingered. You're not this person, Sarah. The one who humiliates people for revenge. I stood, restless, pacing the sunroom. 8 years of marriage, built on Michael's charm, his client meetings. I'd been a fool, but not anymore. I'm protecting my daughter, I said, voice catching. Emily deserves a dad who's honest, not a fraud planning a secret wedding. Laura sighed, folding the guest list. Then do it carefully. Meet Jennifer again. See who she really is before you burn everything down. I stopped pacing, her words sinking in. Jennifer wasn't just a name on an invitation anymore, she was real, maybe hurt like me. I nodded, gripping my wineglass. I'll think about it. The party plan felt heavier now, less like justice, more like a storm I couldn't control. But it was set, the invitations ready to mail. Michael's perfect world would crack, and I'd make sure Emily's heart stayed whole, no matter what it cost me. The kitchen in our Redmond home smelled of coffee and pancakes, but tension hung thick. Michael sat at the counter, reading the party invitation I'd left out. His fingers paused on Jennifer Brooks' name, eyes narrowing. A party next month, he asked, voice too casual. Big guest list. I poured coffee, hands steady despite my racing heart. Just friends, neighbors, some of your colleagues. Thought it'd be fun before the holidays. He set the invite down, too carefully, like it might explode. Emily burst in, backpack slung over her shoulder. Mom, is Jennifer coming to the party? She's so nice. Michael's coffee mug froze midair. You met Jennifer? His tone was light, but his eyes calculated. Emily grabbed an apple, oblivious. Yesterday, at the ice cream shop in Bellevue. She bought me a double scoop and loved my unicorn shirt. Silence stretched, sharp as glass. Michael's jaw tightened. Yesterday, he'd texted about a late meeting. That's sweet of her, he said, voice strained. She mentioned knowing you from work. Emily nodded, biting her apple. She had something important to tell me, but I forgot what. Michael's fork clattered against his plate. I kept my face neutral, humming as I flipped a pancake, but inside, I burned. Important? What game was Jennifer playing, meeting my daughter? I ushered Emily to the car for school, avoiding Michael's gaze. In the parking lot, I checked my phone. 3 missed calls from Jennifer, 1 text, we need to talk, please. My hands shook as I dialed. She answered instantly, voice raw. Sarah, you can't do this party. I met Emily, she's real. This is real. I gripped the wheel. What did you tell her? Jennifer's breath hitched. Nothing. But Michael said you're his unstable ex, that he's divorced. I believed him. I laughed, bitter. Creative. Did he mention our 8-year marriage? She was silent. Then, he's called off our engagement. He knows I'm onto him. My chest tightened, hope or fear, I couldn't tell. Why tell me this? Jennifer's voice hardened. Because he needs to face what he's done. I stared at the school's entrance, Emily's backpack disappearing inside. Michael was home, probably spinning new lies. Let him squirm, I said, voice cold. The party was closer, and now Jennifer was an ally, not a rival. Michael's mask was slipping, and I'd make sure it fell. The Redmond house buzzed with party guests, laughter mingling with clinking glasses. I wore the black dress Michael loved, hair pinned up, every detail perfect. My heart pounded, but I smiled, playing the gracious host. Laura hovered nearby, champagne in hand. You okay, Sarah? She whispered. You look ready to set the world on fire. I forced a laugh, scanning the room. Michael charmed a group of colleagues, all easy smiles. Jennifer stood by the window, elegant in a cream dress, her eyes meeting mine with a subtle nod. It's too late to stop now, I told Laura, heels clicking on the hardwood as I moved to the room center. The chatter faded, eyes turning to me. Michael's smile wavered. I raised my glass, voice steady despite the earthquake in my chest. Thank you all for coming tonight. This party's about love, trust, and the stories we tell. The air shifted, heavy with anticipation. Michael, join me. This is for you. He stepped forward, uncertainty clouding his face. I turned to the crowd. Let's share some stories. Like how Michael and I met, how he chased me for months, promised to love only me. His eyes darted, sensing the trap. Or newer stories, late meetings, business trips, an apartment in Bellevue. Gasps rippled through the room. Michael's face paled. Maggie, stop, he muttered, but I pressed on, voice clear. Or the spring wedding he planned. I nodded to Jennifer. Jennifer, your turn. She stepped beside me, calm but fierce. Michael proposed to me, said his ex-wife was unstable. He forgot to mention he's still married to Sarah. Whispers erupted. I flicked on the projector I'd hidden, the wall lighting up with the wedding invitation, Jennifer Brooks and Michael Thompson. Then bank statements, $4,000 monthly transfers, dinners, jewelry. The room froze, all eyes on Michael. I can explain, he stammered, but his charm crumbled. Jennifer's voice cut through. Explain yesterday's meeting when you were with me, line to Sarah? I stepped closer, his cologne familiar, now sickening. You trapped yourself, Michael. We just lit the stage. A small voice broke the tension. Emily, with my brother, Tom. Dad, did you lie? I hadn't wanted her here, but her brave eyes met his. Michael's shoulders slumped. Yes, he whispered, the word shattering his facade. Emily turned to me, chin high. Can we go, Mom? I took her hand, leaving Michael in his wreckage, the truth finally free. Dawn crept through Laura's Kirkland living room, casting gold on the walls. Emily slept beside me on the couch, her hand clutching mine. 3 weeks since the party, and Michael's texts still lit up my phone. I ignored them, slipping out to Laura's kitchen. The air felt new, like a fresh page. Laura handed me coffee, smirking. Michael's face when Jennifer listed his lies? Priceless. I gripped the mug, waiting for guilt, but felt only clarity. The doorbell rang. My brother, Tom, stood on the porch, holding a manila envelope. Sarah, I dug into Michael's finances, he said, kissing my cheek. Inside were bank statements, offshore accounts, transactions tied to his company's Johnson account, a front for embezzling millions. My laugh was sharp. So, my revenge party accidentally exposed a fraud. Tom grinned. FBI's circling him now. Emily's footsteps pattered down the stairs, rubbing sleepy eyes. Mom, Uncle Tom. He scooped her up, tickling her into giggles. Pancakes, kiddo? As they raided the pantry, my phone buzzed Jennifer. Her text showed Michael leaving her Bellevue apartment with another woman. Guess we're not his only lies, she wrote. I felt no anger, just vindication. Laura watched me from the kitchen, sunrise painting her face. You okay? I nodded, Emily's laughter mixing with Tom's bad jokes. I'm really okay. She slid me a business card. My publisher wants your story, a memoir about reclaiming your life, helping Jennifer do the same. The card felt heavy, full of possibility. Mom, Emily called, waving a spatula. Uncle Tom's pancakes are a mess. I joined them, showing Tom how to flip a perfect pancake. Michael's calls kept coming, but I didn't answer. This story wasn't his anymore. It was mine, Emily's, Jennifer's, a truth worth telling, in a home where love, not lies, held us together.